This is Van Gogh's pocket size 15 half pan watercolor paints. Today I'm going to review them and I'm going to compare them to Winsor & Newton professional watercolors. Why? Because this one is much cheaper and I want to see if they offer the same or similar quality. If you are thinking about buying Van Gogh, or if you are in between Van Gogh and Winsor & Newton, definitely this video is for you. All my real-time watercolor tutorials are on my Patreon, patreon.com/Ece Gurler. Without further ado, let's try Van Gogh. Here we go. Here is our little pocket-size Van Gogh watercolor set. Let's open it. I'm so excited. So there are 15 half pans in the set and they advertise as 12 plus 3 in terms of price. You can find this pocket-size watercolor on Amazon for this much money, and if you are interested in buying it, I'm sharing the link in the description part. So when I open it, the first thing I see is how vibrant the colors are, and the color names are written on the sticker on the top. And when I tried to remove the sticker, it was a little bit tough because it was sticking to the pans and was lifting them up, but it's okay. Carefully, you can remove the sticker. One of the other disadvantage was there are no other way that you can remember the name of the color because it wasn't written anywhere on the pans or on the palette. So you need to keep that sticker and you need to keep those colors in place if you want to remember the names. So they are looking great. There's also this little brush here as a gift. I think it's very, very tiny. Let me figure this out. Oh, okay. So you just you just have this small size brush with you at all times. So if you want to take this pocket size watercolor with you outside, then this is a great brush for you to keep. Okay, I really like this palette and let's see what comes with it. And I also have a Van Gogh's watercolor pad here. It's 8 pages, 300 grams, and it is a normal size. And let me open this up as well. This was a promotion for me. If I bought the Van Gogh set, I would get the watercolor pad for free, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that deal. The paper is pretty thick. 300 gram is perfect for me. I really like how heavy this paper is, and also you can see the grain. It's cold press, so it has a lot of tooth. I just want to see the brightness of the colors before I compare to Winsor & Newton professional watercolors. And I'm gonna write the name of the colors so that you have an idea about what is included in the set. The first impression that I had was the vibrancy of the colors was amazing. The second thing I realized was they have all the necessary colors. I use these colors all the time in my portraits or even in my landscapes. They have enough pans, they have enough colors, they only do not have black. I think that was the only downside that I had in this set. But you have Payne's gray, which is a very, very dark gray with blue hue, so you can actually use that if you want to darken up your colors, or you can create your own black by mixing blue and brown. And in terms of dark brown, your best bet is burnt umber. If you use less water, then you're gonna get the darkest shade of burnt umber, which I'm going to show you in a second so you can realize how rich it is. So the Payne's gray, as I said, is the darkest shade in this set. There's also Chinese white, which I didn't paint for obvious reasons. If you are looking for black, you can buy it separately. When it comes to dark brown, burnt umber is your best bet. You can always add less water, more paint on your brush and see how that burnt umber will turn out. I can show you actually how dark it is when we add less water. Here we go. Let me try. You know, other than that, really, I think yellow ochre is great. I like their choices of 2 different reds, which is warm red and also cool red. You have 2 options and 3 different shades of blue. I'm not including Payne's gray there, and you can see that the dark brown is also there. So now I want to compare it to our very famous, my favorite Winsor & Newton professional watercolors. I could match all the colors, guys. This was great because, as I said, I've been using these colors all the time. That's why they look so finished. After I match all these colors with this new Van Gogh set, I'm going to compare them so you can see which one is more vibrant and if there are any differences or not. The circular ones are Van Gogh, and the triangular red triangle ones are Winsor & Newton professional watercolors. Well, you can tell the newest one is the Van Gogh one too. It's very obvious. So when I tried all these paints, what I realized, the pinks and the yellows were exactly the same. The red, though, I think Winsor & Newton's red was much more vibrant, and the blues were so different. The ultramarine blue in Van Gogh was a little bit more kind of on the purple side, but the cerulean blue was much more beautiful and rich in Van Gogh than Winsor & Newton one. So it's just basically changing. You can see that all the blue colors are a little bit different, so they are similar but not exactly the same. The greens are the same. I'm looking at all the greens. And the burnt umber, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, these are very, very, very similar, and the rose color as well. I think the only obvious differences are among the blue shades and the red, of course. The Payne's gray too, I want to mention that. Winsor & Newton's Payne's gray is much more blue than gray, but Van Gogh's Payne's gray is much darker and has more gray in it than blue. So now I want to compare them one more time. This time I want to check how they blend in each other. And of course there's another thing that I want to try, but in another video, which is how they layer, because it is important that a watercolor has transparent layer so that you can see the underlying layer, and that gives much more in-depth look to your painting. So I'm doing this Milky Way kind of painting here to see how well they are mixing. On the left side you see Van Gogh, on the right side you see Winsor & Newton. One thing I realized in Van Gogh paint, the colors were mixing and blending in each other very well, but their vibrancy kind of disappeared. Whereas on the right side with Winsor & Newton, you can see that they're not blending that well into each other, but the vibrancy is there. It's definitely more vibrant than Van Gogh paint. While I'm adding all these stars with my white gouache, I'm thinking maybe I added more water on the left, but not really. I tried to apply the same amount of water for the both sides. So this is the result. What do you think, guys? Please share in the comments, what do you think about this result? Do you like the vibrancy of both sets? Would you recommend any of these paints? In overall, my idea is that I think Van Gogh is a very high quality paint, and definitely if you cannot afford Winsor & Newton Professional, it is a good substitute. But again, I haven't literally painted with Van Gogh yet. After I paint with Van Gogh, I can tell you my exact decision on which one is better in terms of layering. But for now, I think I give Van Gogh 9 out of 10. What would you give? By the way, if you're just starting out in watercolor, you should check out my video on the right because I give all the basic information there. It's a good place to start.